theft? We monitor your debit card around the clock. You even have the ability to turn your bank hometown debit card on or off if you suspect fraud. We want it to be safe and easy for you to bank with us, whether you want to bank on the go at hometowncoop.com or traditionally face-to-face. That's banking your way at Bank Hometown, the bank of you. Remember, all your bank deposits are fully insured no matter the amount. I invite you to visit the Bank of You, Bank Hometown, at any of the Connecticut locations near you, or visit any of our 8 Massachusetts locations and online at hometowncoop.com. I hope to see you soon, and thank you for allowing us to serve you and all our hometown.
Bank Hometown, the bank of you. Member FDIC, member SIF, equal housing lender.
Taking a look at our local forecast with meteorologist Bill Jackelman. Today, mostly sunny and milder, high near 50. Tonight, showers developing, then becoming a steady rain overnight, fog developing, mild and low near 45. Tomorrow, periods of rain, mild areas of fog, high near 55. There is a flood watch in effect from 6 a.m. tomorrow until 1 p.m. on Saturday. At Cargill Falls, it's 28 degrees. That's the 8 o'clock report brought to you by Bank Hometown in Brooklyn, Killingly, Putnam, Thompson, Woodstock, and 8 offices in Massachusetts. Bank Hometown, the bank of you. I'm Sheree Monty with WINY News. Now back to Gary O.
Got to say happy birthday to Bob Garso, Putnam legend Bob Garso, 79 years old today. Bob, have an awesome day and lots of love from your family and friends. I hope it's a wonderful day for you. Happy birthday. I have a very special guest in my studio today. Reverend Bob John is here. He's the pastor at the Living Faith United Methodist Church at 53 Grove Street here in downtown Putnam. Good morning, Pastor Bob.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you here today. I understand you have a very special event coming up this Monday, and you are the organizer and the mover and shaker making this happen with your helpers here, and we appreciate that very much. Give me the details. What are you doing? Come on up close and tell me about it.
Well, this coming Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we are hosting the breakfast at the Putnam Elks, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We have a wonderful speaker, and also we have the model ensemble from Tudor High School that will come and perform the music for us. So
this is the second year that you've done this event. You
Yes.
do it on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is Monday, and it starts at 8 o'clock at the Putnam Elks. How was this received last year, the first year you did this?
Last year, when we organized this, we did not know how many people were going to attend, but we are actually surprised that about 100 people came to join us that morning. So I think that there are people who see the needs and want to continue on the dream and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So I'm hoping that this will be also another wonderful event this year.
What is the genesis of this idea? What made you think about this and want to do this?
Well, I just thought that knowing that there was no breakfast or any special event to honor the legacy of MLK in this town, I spoke about that with the people in our church, some retired pastors and also the laity, and they were very enthusiastic about it. So we got involved with the Greater Interfaith Council Putnam and also other people who want to step up and help with us. So that's how we started last year.
Why is it important to remember him in this way?
Because I think that it's important knowing that there's still racial struggles happening in this country, even though a lot of people believe that we are living in a post-racial society today. But I think that the reality of many people who express their concerns and the pain, they tell us that we are still struggling with some racial tension and conflict in this society. And knowing that the message was proclaimed back in 1960s by MLK, I think it's still relevant today.
Yeah, and what are some of his takeaway things that still matter today? I mean, enduring themes, enduring messages from MLK. What comes to mind for you?
To me, of course, a lot of people they remember that he was advocate of nonviolence movement, but I think that it was based on love, especially for those who struggle and who feel like oppressed in our society. So I think that the true peace and justice that can come to us when we honestly listen and open our hearts and listen to the voice of the oppressed and people who really struggle and on the margins of the society. Of course, people will have different opinions what it means to be on the margins of society today, but I think that we're not just talking about experiencing racism like personally, but also what are the factors that are regarding the institutional racism today.
You mentioned love, and I go right to that when I think of Martin Luther King, to face what he faced and the hatred and vitriol and attacks, but he faced it with love, and it was remarkable then. Today in 2018, it seems impossible. It seems quaint. We clearly are not doing that today. His comments about judging people by the content of their character versus the color of their skin feels like it goes against the way we are today, where identity politics, for example, it's all about what color your skin is and all that stuff. Those messages were amazing then. I think they're even more important today. Do you feel that? Like today, hey, pay attention to this guy. This was some pretty good stuff he was preaching here.
Yeah, I do feel that way, and it seems that our politics today seems more divisive than ever. And when people, especially the black communities, they protest a lot these days with their the concern about where the direction of our country is going, I think that people need to open their hearts and listen to what's going on more honestly, rather than saying, it's not true, or we don't need to talk about racism anymore. We can just move on from that. When there are people who are still suffering from that, the ugly legacy.
Now, you're a pastor at the Living Faith United Methodist Church, and the way he lived his life mirrors lessons from the Bible, which is love, and even when others are attacking you and doing terrible things to you, just turning the other cheek, and all those lessons and all the things from the Bible. That's hard. That is really hard, isn't it? That's a hard lesson. Because many times when we are attacked, you want to respond. And then you got to really dig down deep and pray and pray, think, act is something that we talked about at a Bible study the other day. Instead of act, think, and then pray at the end. Like, oh man, I made a big mistake here by acting too quickly. Sitting back, thinking, and trying to proceed with love. It's a hard lesson. I love Martin Luther King Jr. so much. He is a hero. For me, his message endures. Talk about light in the darkness. That is indeed his message, and I just love that you're doing this. And I thank you so much for doing this. But speak from your heart a little bit too. About. I'm telling you here. I love this man, Martin Luther King Jr. What's in your heart about this man?
Well, personally, I know that he got his doctorate from Boston University, where also I'm getting my doctorate today. And when I was studying master's program, Boston University has a specialized section called Dr. Martin King Jr. Library, in the main library. And I used to sit there, and I used to see all his personal letters and writings, and even his transcript from the classes. But just being surrounded there gives you the feeling just something bigger than you, that the vision and the prophetic words that this man he preached and proclaimed a long time ago still relevant today. Speak the truth, the heart of this society today. So
when you're preaching to your flock, you're guiding your flock, so to speak, at the Living Faith United Methodist Church in the times in which we live today, where everyone's fighting over everything, particularly politics and all that stuff. How do you lead? What do you say to your parishioners? How do you guide them to navigate their way through today, through the fighting and through all the things all the realities of our earthly lives? How do you guide them?
I made a kind of joke before the Sunday before Christmas Day. Just be gentle with one another when you sit at the dinner table on Christmas Day, especially when you talk about politics. But I think that when I think about the prophets in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, those people, they proclaim the prophetic words because they love for their people. So they had the heart of God who loved God's people. So love and justice, they always go hand in hand. So when we speak the truth, I think that we speak the truth not to judge people, but we speak truth in love, with the care for other people. So, sometimes I know that when I preach at the church, I talk about something difficult to understand, difficult to talk about. But people, I think they know that I do so in my love for God and also love for people. So, sometimes when people have a hard time, you just go sit with them and talk about it with them. You just, people know that we love each other anyway.
What about judgment? Speak to judgment a little bit, because it's one of our big sins as earthly people, and there are many Christians. There are Christians who will take a Bible verse that they learned at their Bible study and whack someone else over the head with it, as like it's a baseball bat in which to attack someone, which is very judgmental. Speak to that a little bit.
I think that people misunderstand the heart of the Bible then, because the greatest commandment that Jesus said was, love your God and love your neighbors as yourself. So the heart of the law given by Moses and also by Jesus in the New Testament is a love, not judgment. So I think that, when we talk about speaking the truth in love, and sometimes I know it may sound a little judgmental, but I think that the ultimate goal of the speaking the truth is reconciliation and healing, not to stay on divided and not having dialogue or more fellowship with one another. So I think that something like this event, MLK, I know some people will just think that it's not necessary in today's society, but I think that it's necessary, that reflects the reality of people who live in the marginal society, and we can be honest about it. We can talk about the struggles and how we actually interrelated, because MLK said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So I believe that we're interconnected with one another in society. So we can address the issues. We can also talk about how we can overcome this racial tension and other oppressions.
That's wonderful. I'm so delighted to have this time with you here today, and encourage everyone to attend the Martin Luther King Jr. Breakfast. And it's at the Putnam Elks. It's this Monday morning, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It starts at 8 a.m. What's going to be, about an hour or an hour and a half or something?
Breakfast starts at 8 o'clock. We believe that the program will start like around 8:30. Okay. So if people can come by 8, they will enjoy a good breakfast.
Okay. And then you'll be on your way to work. How much is it to attend your event?
It's $8 per adult and $4 per child. The ticket price, they only go to cover the breakfast. Okay. And we are doing some fundraising, and people been giving generously to help this event happen.
You can get your tickets at the door, $8 for adults, $4 for kids, at the Putnam Elks on Monday morning. The Turtelot Memorial High School Modern Music Ensemble will perform. Kate Anderson, director, she's wonderful. And your guest speaker, Reverend Mike Clark, is the guest speaker. Everyone is invited, and we encourage you to attend this event. Do you want to thank any sponsors or people who are helping out with that event?
Just this year, we've been really, truly blessed with the many people who are willing to give us generously. So, American Legion, Post 13, Cargill Council number 64, Girardi Insurance, Greater Putnam Interfaith Council, King GMC, Nitro Columbus, Putnam Bank, Dr. David Gaudreau, Drs. Carolyn Walter McGinn. Okay. Thank you very much for your generous donations.
We appreciate them very much as well. Pastor Bob, I'm glad you stopped by here today. Please come back again, okay?
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, one more question. This Sunday, right? What time is worship on Sundays at the Living Faith United Methodist Church?
Living Faith Church, we have Sunday school 9:30. Our worship begins at 10:45 a.m.
Okay, 10:45. Doors are open to everyone.
So it's open to everyone.
All right. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's 8:20. Good morning.